program instills in students. As an actor, she has performed both on campus and off, from roles in Seneca's Oedipus for the Stanford Summer Theater to off-campus productions such as the premiere of Noor and Brava and Merchant on Venice at the Mountain View Center for Performing Arts. Her directorial credits include a vibrant musical adaptation, Divided Together, that brought together puppetry and dance to retell an old Sanskrit story. In her tender meditation, Almost Home, Sukanya combined experimental documentary and live performance to reflect on home. Is home a physical place? Is it the people we love? Is it the memory we carry in our bodies? A Bare Stage, another play she wrote and directed, reflects on narrative frailty and loss against the backdrop of the Mumbai terror attacks in November 2008. Sukanya's dissertation, Performing as Bowls, is the first original study of bowl performers, wandering folk minstrels in Bengal. There are almost no books written on this topic. Her interdisciplinary dissertation draws on oral history, archival research, ethnomusicology, religious studies, and theater and performance studies. She considers how the philosophies of these subaltern performers have disseminated and influenced literary figures such as Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore and popular icons like Bob Dylan. Her dissertation raises questions that resonate far beyond the boundaries of South Asia. What can the simple songs that the impoverished bowels sing teach us about cosmopolitan humanity? How can we learn to listen to the wisdom in these melodies and embrace our shared home in the world? For the excellence of her research, she was awarded the prestigious Wish Fellowship, and this year has brought her another very special gift, her 5-month-old baby boy. And today I'm very proud to award her with the richly deserved Charles R. Lyons Memorial Prize for Outstanding Dissertation. Congratulations, Sukanya.
Oh gosh. 6 years, I don't know how to sum that up in 50 words, but I'm so deeply grateful for all the support I've received from TAPS, from my primary advisor, Dr. Jisha Menon, from all my professors, Branislav, Peggy, Leslie, Helen, everybody who's been a part of this journey, my cohort, Joy and Martin. And of course, I couldn't have done this without the support of my family who's here all the way from India. And my husband who's feeding my child right now. And my mother who spent last 6 months just taking care of me and my baby. And I really have started believing it takes a village to raise a child, and it took a global village to raise 2 children, in this case, my dissertation baby and my human baby. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you and your contribution in this journey. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Peggy Phelan, and I had the great honor of serving as Joy's dissertation advisor. Her name says the feeling, Joy. Joy Brooke Fairfield, by the way, one of the best names ever, I think. Joy Brooke Fairfield shares the Charles Lyons Award for Best Dissertation with her friend and colleague Sukanya Chakrabarty. I first encountered Joy when she was an undergraduate at Harvard, where I taught before coming to Stanford. She took my performance theory class there and talked to me a lot about her production of Cabaret, which she was directing at that time. I enjoyed her energy and recognized her intelligence, an intelligence that was directly tied to her political passion for social justice. When she contacted me roughly 7 years later to say she was considering applying to graduate school, she admitted that she felt that she had to get a bit smarter so she could create better theater to advocate for disenfranchised people. And because Joy is particularly quick to engage in self-scrutiny, she also mentioned that she worried that a PhD from Stanford might ruin her credibility as an advocate for the people and issues she wanted to address. I responded that perhaps she should first apply to the program, and then if she were to be accepted, we could worry about those things together. And so she came, and so she worried. I'm sorry, this hat is like so too big. So it's like I have to. But she also, in the midst of that worry, she did amazing work. She directed the senior project of one of our first trans students here. She taught in Alcatraz prison. Wow. She led the teen group at the Palo Alto Children's Theater. And she participated in the San Jose State Stanford Exchange through the School of Education here. Professors often say things like, "Oh, this student taught me so much." And that is true. Joy did teach me quite a lot. But that learning is not always eagerly embraced. She sent me a totally searing and absolutely right email calling out a sexist and homophobic show produced in the department, and the shame I felt to be associated with it stays with me. Joy is courageous. She accepts the consequences of her passions, intellectually, ethically, and personally. I applaud Joy for her admirable integrity. And I also celebrate her for her brilliant dissertation, Fugitive Intimacies, an examination of what she calls wedlock performances that are in some way or another outside the law. Anchored in a dazzling reading of Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice, and concluding with a rich analysis of more recent wedding performances by the artists Annie Sprinkle and Elizabeth Stevens, Joy's manuscript represents a promising contribution to performance theory's analysis of the political shape of public intimacy. Joy, I'm very happy to say, will be beginning a tenure-track position at Rhodes College in Memphis, Tennessee in August. Yes, here. It's an incredibly difficult job market, so it's really quite an achievement. I asked my 12-year-old daughter what she would like to hear from her advisor if she were ever to earn her own PhD. She replied, "Oh, Mom, that's so easy. I would just want to be told, 'You're awesome, you're amazing, I wish you would never leave.'" Unquote. So I say that to you, Joy. But, as you know, because I am incapable of not editing other people's words, I also amend my daughter's comments and say, "I am delighted you are leaving. You are ready to go. And I feel sure that one day, after a long silence, you will hear from a former student saying, 'She wants to get a PhD.'" Congratulations.
Thank you all so much for coming. This is such a big day for all of us together. So my dissertation was an extended meditation on the concept of consent. And given recent events right here on Stanford's campus, I really believe that everybody, men, women, everyone in between, young children growing up in the world, can all benefit from deep thought about consent. The word consent means to feel together. And I would like to move towards a world where we're all even better and more sensitive at feeling together, feeling with. So my time here at Stanford in a PhD program you wouldn't think would be a time for a lot of feeling together, but it's tended to happen. I believe I've cried in the office of every single one of these wonderful scholars sitting next to me, and each one has received my feeling with an incredible degree of grace. Peggy Phelan has been an honor to study with this entire time. She taught me how to think through with feeling back in 2002, right after our nation was shaken by terrorist attacks, and gave me some tools to think about how these broad-scale macro-political issues can affect and touch all of us in our sort of most sensory ways. It's been a complete honor to travel this entire journey with two of the coolest people I could ever imagine meeting, Sukanya Chakrabarty and Dr. Martin Running Wolf, wearing bright orange in the back right there. A particular round of applause because he didn't make this ceremony last year when he was graduating, but it's a testament to his love for Sukanya and I that he came to our graduation when he didn't come to his own.
Wow.
I wish I could draw for you a picture of the network of support that I have found myself in while I have been here, stretching, of course, from the professors to the undergrads. I'm so happy to share this stage with Liz, who I worked with several years ago in a production, and all of her colleagues as well. My family structure is broad and strange and unconventional and magnificent, and I'm joined here today by my parents, Ruth and Carl Fairfield, who gave me this sweet name. I believe my dad had a dream in which I was supposed to be called this. My wonderful Aunt KK, who's taught me what it means to be an academic woman. I'm trying to make my way through the world. I'm so grateful for that. My two official friends that I allowed myself while I was finishing my PhD, because you don't have time for more than two friends, the incredible Liana Keys and Will Gutierrez, and my partners who fill every day of my life with so much joy and love that I can barely imagine living within, who are all here today. Valentina Maria Perez, Ariana Serena Waynes, Elizabeth Hirsch, and Joseph Moore. Thank you so much for holding me through this crazy process. Thanks.
Okay, and now on to our degrees for the graduates.